So you're looking at EHOME's draft as maybe the MVP of this match and maybe the series, but it needs to be Alchemist to pick up the pieces here for Newbee and scale as quickly as he can as we take a quick look at the Mercedes MVP video here for ESL One LA 2020. And back in we go. AQ on this Alk. Going for a bracer straight up. I'm very curious to see what kind of items he goes for. You mentioned the Radiance build that we've seen time and time again. But it could very well, shift depending on how they want to play it. We've seen, Blink Alks, Shadowblade Alks, Battle Fury Alks. There's all sorts of stuff you can do with this hero just because he can farm so quickly. I think we all prefer the Radiance though. As EHOME.
For sure. One thing that I'm asking myself, who buys Spirit Vessel in this game? It's a must-have item on EHOME. Like, Dragonite is a hero that can build like multiple items. Usually when he is safe laner, he builds Shadowblade. But now that he is a mid, I think he definitely needs that Spirit Vessel. Pagna's not gonna build one on time. Faceless Void isn't also building it. Same goes for Centaur. So he is the one that should make it.
Faith Bian chasing Waishi all the way back through to mid lane. So Jinkyu on the Pugna top will be paired up with the Centaur boots first for Faith Bian.
I think they're swapping. I think they're giving farm priority to Jinkyu.
Interesting. That's pretty cool. Double Fairy Fire, yeah. Mugi Dazzle, Faith on the Treant up here as well, facing off against EHOME's dual lane. Dragonite for nothing to say, mid against AQ's Alchemist. And then Y, Grimstroke, Sylar, Void with a Wizard and Waishi. Pangolier and Puck. A double W and a double P down this bottom lane for Newbee.
Really?
Alchemist, get that range creep. Go on, buddy. There we go. Bonus gold. Ding, ding, ding. Treant doing a great job zoning back the Pugna. Boots up on Faith, just allowing him to chase forward. As the wave drag back from Faith Bian will secure him some farm and experience, of course. His lane's already getting a little bit spicy. People manipulating creep waves, chasing each other down. Level 1 decrep from Jinkyu, still being punished by this big punching Treant.
The Crepify level 1 is great against Poison Touch, so they can't attack you. How's bottom lane doing? Pangolier and Puck. Yeah, this disarm is going to be extremely cool against Dragonite and Faceless Void.
Super handy. They've got Disarm, Silence, Sustain, ways to keep AQ Alchemist alive. The more I look at this Newbee draft, the more my brain kind of wakes up, and the more I like it. Pretty interesting stuff. Dragonite 9 and 5. Getting some good denies in there over the Alchemist. I don't think AQ's too bothered now. Do we see someone from Newbee kind of fall back and maybe stack the jungle up a couple of times? Or is that just going to be AQ doing it for himself every couple of minutes on this medium camp?
Waishi could be the one doing it. I don't think you can kill Puck that easily. Jinkyu, what's happening?
Nice decrep.
Dropping low.
Yeah, gets himself out of danger. He was trapped in the trees a little bit there between Mugi and Faith. But a good decrep gets him out of danger. Waishi does just jaunt away from Sylar and Y. Level 2 in the time log there from the Faceless Void, so going for more of an aggressive build off the back of this Ink Swell, they could look for pickoffs.
Even though they were giving like farm to Pugna, look at Centaur CS. 6-4 while Pugna's 2 and 1.
Yeah, Faith Bian kind of getting the wave drag backs, but still rotating in towards mid. Observer Ward for the Dire does spot him coming in. Faith Bian. Okay. That's a double edge onto an Alchemist. He's got a double bracer though. Double edge into double bracer. Not too hot. Stomp him up. get the breathe fire to secure the range creep last hit. What's happening here? Faith Beyond's like, okay, I'm just leaving top lane. I'm going to go for a bit of a wander.
He just wanted to give some solo XP to Pugna. Pugna is struggling at the moment. Dazzle, how's he doing? 15 and 10. I'm going for that Necrobook level 1 as expected. One of the better items, the cost efficient you can get, which gives you some cool stats that Dazzle lacks and the mana regen, so you can spam out your spells.
Yeah, that cooldown on it, pretty nice as well, once you get up to level 6. So Faith is stacking up camps now. They've got medium, large camps stacked. Still being hunted by Faith Beyond with an arcane rune, so double edge, double edge. What is that, 4 second, 3.5 second cooldown on double edge. Treant not too happy about that. What a beautiful game Dota2 is. Dazzle, he's going to get trapped in the trees here. Faith Beyond looking for the catch. Xin-Q with another blast, but Mugi walking away with the help of the Treant slow. Faith Beyond unable to get a stomp down.
It's a ton of damage. They can make this combo work. The Cripify plus double edge, even though it's only level 1, but he should put an extra point once he gets to level 3.
Bounty runes, Ink Swell towards Wizard, Swashbuckle and Orb away, as Waishi will be able to grab a couple of them. 3 bounty runes for the Alchemist team.
I love the build on Sylar.
Or
1-1-2, so it's going to be 1-1-3. Having time dilation, so whenever Pangolier uses Swashbuckle offensively and tries to get in your face, you instantly pop the time dilation. And then you have this slow plus a time lock. If it procs, you're getting an easy kill.
And Catapult Wave mid lane now for nothing to say with Elder Dragon form ready. I was just thinking about the way Faith Beyond is playing up in this jungle area. Oh, they've got a stun. Dragon Tail into the Inkswell, beautifully combined into First Blood for EHOME mid. And a good amount of damage should come onto this tower as well with a new creep wave arriving. Nothing to say can control this up. And yeah, back to the Centaur, who's playing very forward here into these stacked camps, making sure that Alchemist's life is not easy.
If you can steal those camps, that's going to be pretty big. You don't necessarily need to kill Alchemist, but if you can just contest his farm, steal CS, that's why one of the reasons why they shifted Pugna towards position 3. So they have this hero that I said that needs to contest Alchemist and the farm in jungle. If he just comes to jungle and uses double edge on a creep or on a camp that is extremely low, stealing gold from him is crucial. How's Dazzle doing? Dazzle so far 25 and 14.
Nearly has the Necrobook done. Dragon Knight 40 and 25. So many denies against Alchemist, feels real good. And AQ is heading into that Radiance. Looks like permanently jungling for now is why she takes up the mid lane for that experience. Oh, mid lane.
Wow,
Puck
mid
dies.
lane.
Yeah, I also a kill down bottom lane. Wizard drops. 2 kills across the map there. Dragon Tail level 3 Breathe Fire. Yeah, 2 points in Dragon Blood. Much more of an aggressive build here from the DK. Faith Beyond Centaur. His ward did get removed by a sentry. Comes in to take it down. He also got rid of the dire side vision there as well. But he is staying in the face of this Alchemist, even killing off the skeletons. A second dragon form for that mid tier 1 comes out.
It
Newbee
should
on
be
the
an
back
easy
foot.
tier 1 tower.
AQ into his triangle. Faith Beyond dragging creep wave to secure that tower. And there's no glyph for the dire side. Faith, it looks like, is trying to get the deny. Maybe a kill on the Dragon Knight. Living armor for the tower. Puck moves in with an orb, but no follow through there. Dazzle still lurking in behind, and the tower does get denied by Faith. Nicely done. Can they kill Faith here with a Dragon Tail? They decrypt the DK. Not ideal, but they'll still blow up Faith regardless, as the Puck orbing over Faith Beyond. Trying to get there with a Poison Touch. Mugi comes in onto the Dragon Knight, but a lot of armor keeps him alive. Nothing to say, stuns the Pango, stopping that Rolling Thunder in its tracks. And Wizard still wants to continue forward. This is a long roll in, and Dragon Knight has already salved up a significant portion of his HP.
Not the best roll that we've seen. I'm afraid for this Alchemist. Like, they shut him down completely. He still needs, like, 5 minutes to farm up his Radiance. Fate Beyond doing such a good job on the Bristleback in the previous game and in this one, creating the space for his carry, harassing enemies. Dragonite is going for Shadowblade.
Yeah, it doesn't seem to matter what role Faith Beyond's playing. He's that chaos creator. Get up in the faces of his opponents, toe the line.
Oh, that's a big stack.
Let's see if they can come and steal it away.
Inkswell, Stun, Double Edge,
Level 2 Double Edge and Tranquil Boots.
Breathe
Yes.
Fire.
A nice little stroke of fate. Nothing to say, he'll be able to gather up a good chunk of gold here, and yeah, nothing that Newbee can do to protect their stacks. Sniped out by EHOME. Top tier 1 getting shoved. Map control. EHOME favored, and yeah, I was just looking at, Alchemist was 2 levels behind the Dragon Knight. Definitely struggling to get himself off the ground in this one. And with his ultimate going down in about 5 seconds, maybe a potential kill on him middle lane. But he's playing defensively. Spotted every step of the way though. Radiant Vision very clearly giving them all the info they need of that Alchemist and where he's farming.
Newbee's lineup is very bad at making ganks happen. Like, the whole point of this lineup is get Alchemist fat, group up, and then take a fight, take a Roche. Alchemist is recovering, so if they can make them busy. I love what the Mugi is doing, putting the pressure on the bottom tower, not what we usually see, like your position 1 being on the bottom lane, playing this aggressively. What are you laughing about, Gary?
Faith. Faith comes and steals a bounty rune. He's running away from Centaur and Grimstroke. He just one-hits a courier as he walks on by and then hides in the trees to TP home. I love Treant, man. Such a funny hero. I'm really freaking out. One of my favorite hero lines as well. I want to see more of these players use chat wheel lines and hero lines, honestly. It feels like a wasted opportunity in the Chinese games we've seen so far.
We're gonna start seeing that tomorrow.
For Europe,
Europe
yeah.
started yesterday. Alright, Fate Beyond a bit greedy on the bottom lane. They were just trying to give him some sort of farm and XP. He bought the book for himself, level 5.5, wants to have that Stampede online so they can close the gap, maybe find Alchemist, kill him one time before he gets the Radiance.
And they've caught the Pugner as well. Dream Coil into Rolling Thunder. Decrep doesn't save him, so 2 good kills and maybe a bit of pressure onto the tier 2. The Centaur killed off the Necro Warrior, which popped out the remaining like 300 or 400 HP he had. What is it? Is it level 1, 600 damage?
600,
pure?
700, 800, yeah. No, it's magical.
It's just, oh, of course, yeah, they added damage and changed it from pure to magical, didn't they? A while back now.
Stacked Relic is online for Alk. So it's still gonna be a decent timing on a Radiance, a bit delayed, since they stole a lot of his stacks.
I forgot Silo was in this game, you know? Faceless Void, 4.5 or 4.8k net worth. Maelstrom getting closer and closer, very quietly farming himself up into items, but no big chronos or anything like that just yet.
Also, Alchemist is one of the better heroes that loves to play into these long cooldowns, like a Chronosphere. Dragonite ulti is also 2-minute cooldown.
Stampede
Stampede.
gets Faith Beyond out from bottom lane. Wizard's still rolling in. Clear out that creep wave. Mid tier 2's dropping though. Pugna DK doing a good job pushing, but that living armor from the Treant exceptionally powerful as Sylar goes for the chrono. He was waiting to see if the Alchemist popped his ulti, but they just don't have the follow through. And now the Swashbuckle back in towards the Grimstroke as the Soulbind connecting onto 2 with a silence. It's a good decrep life drain, but it's stopped out. Jin Q doesn't get a kill, and nothing to say. He's in behind enemy lines with Sylar, but they've got to retreat. Mugi gets a double kill on Y and Jin Q elsewhere, but will focus on the carries as they're being hunted by Newbee. The turn of the tides now. 5-4 with a 3k lead. Newbee striking under their own tier 2 and making sure that EHOME are punished for that over-aggression.
A lot of misused spells. Buck used the Dream Coil, didn't even connect to anyone. Chronosphere, no one was close by to follow up with the damage drop inside of it. Right now, Newbee is in control of this game, and I talked cooldowns. Faceless Void is not gonna fight for another 2 minutes. Alchemist just about to finish his Radiant. Sadly, did not have it in the previous fight. I see BKB queued up, which I think is a correct choice. They don't have anything that goes through magic immunity. And there's a ton of save. Like, Treant needs a little bit more experience. Fate is gonna be found.
He sure is, but he's gonna walk himself into the tree line and TP out again. So there's that Alchemist Radiance now. Very tanky. 1680 HP. Incredibly difficult to bring him down. And, you know, Sylar there, he kind of fake pumped that Chrono earlier on, trying to see if Chemical Rage was coming, but it didn't even matter. Now they Dream Coil on the Void, already having used Time Walk. The Decrep, I mean, it buys him a little bit of time, but the Chain Stun into the Life Drain, save, not enough. Sylar down, 30 seconds on the sidelines, and yes, he's got buyback, but you've lost 2 heroes incredibly quickly there. Mid-tier 1 should fall. Mugi has so much sustain. They've got the push, they've got the tankiness of Alchemist. Newbee's lineup really coming into its own.
This is what they needed. I guess they were expecting to lose the laning stage or Vambrace on Alchemist. That's one of the better ones you can get. You just become so much more tankier. Okay, he's building into Manta style.
Okay.
Interesting.
Guess
Now,
that
I've not seen Manta style on Alchemist for a really long time. Usually it's just the BKB Blink Dagger and then going for Abyssal Blade build.
really sick Soulbind into Inkswell. Why? Might be losing his life for that kill, and it's, you know, a support for a support. As EHOME in that jungle, they find a pick-off, but whenever EHOME are playing aggressively and not killing Alchemist, it always feels like there's a massive downside to their actions. Consequences abound. Shadowblade top, nothing to say. Starts off with a stun. That's the end of Puck, so at least they get a 2 for 1. But no real objective up here to gather as the tier 2 is already done. Maybe they can get some wards down in the jungle, move into mid. Jump, dazzle, caught out. Stampede is here. Nothing to say. He's coming in with a Dragon Knight. Stun up with a tail and life drain down. 3 for 1, maybe the grave from Mugi, but no TP. The bash connecting, and Dazzle will slowly but surely drop lower and lower. The sustain, though, he's healed himself up. The mech and the heals. The Shadow Wave and now Chrono. Okay, Solar gets the kill, but the Alchemist is still battering away into nothing to say. Dazzle is dead, so the sustain is now lacking. But Dragon Knight is hunted into the trees in a 1 versus 4. Nothing for Dragon Knight to do here, except maybe try and stun and TP. No! Shut down by AQ, and that final swashbuckle out of Pango.
We saw the power of Newbee's lineup. This Dazzle is so tanky, about to finish. Guardian Greaves just picked up Pupil's Gift, so that's gonna give him some extra HP that he needs. Like, this game, Gary could end in the next 5 to 10 minutes. Alchemist just finished his Manta style, so that's going to increase his farming ability. Also give him an option to get rid of the Decrypify and Time Dilation.
Why is she trying to catch out Shin-Q Pugna? Concoction catching the Alchemist as he tries to move forward. Shin-Q. Life drain does continue going until the phase shift. And jaunt forward, but a TP out and no stun coming. It's going to launch itself across the map. And is in the Roshan pit. Wizard and Faith Bian having a bit of a battle between themselves. Concoction landing in the base onto Jin-Q. And Roshan opens up for Newbee though. Chronosphere, 60 seconds. You were talking about that long cooldown. Void just not available to fight right now. And Newbee exploiting that fact perfectly. Oh, an illusion rune. Is that top illusion? Okay, Faith takes it, so Dragon Knight can't. It would have been great on Alchemist, but in comes EHOME. Nice Roshan dropping low. Faith Bian's in with a Stampede as well, but Roshan, who's going to get it? The Concoction channeled up. Down goes the Centaur and Aegis into the hands of AQ as Dragon Knight shredded as well. Chase onto Jin-Q, and this poor little Pugna The Radiant's burn is slow and deadly, but the whack from AQ clear him up quickly. And Y is going to be an additional casualty of war, a 4 for nothing, as the Void doesn't even get involved.
This kind of a lineup really shines against long cooldowns, and we see that. Faceless Void on the bottom lane. He can't join a team fight. He's not farmed enough yet. And now they're gonna group up. They just need to have lanes in a good position. Also, I want to see Treants put more points in Living Armor instead of the Nature's Grasp. I mean, it's already maxed out.
You can move back into Living Armor now. Medallion plus Acid Spray, tons of minus armor. You've got yourself Bad Juju as well. All of these pieces coming into play. Mugi actually has Solar Crest queued up. Medallion plus Solar. Oh, hello, mid lane. Dream Coil with a sentry down gives them vision of nothing to say. Unfortunately for Wizard, the bouncing Pangolier not perfectly positioned, but the disarm onto Centaur. Now Acrona comes down, Dragonite stays alive. The follow through, I thought Newbee for sure had that kill, but they focus Mugi. He gets his grave off just in time. The bash is onto Faith. Take down the Treant. Where's the Alchemist? He's nowhere to be seen. A double kill for Sylar. Puck, why is she thinking about jumping in again? Has the blink, but a chain stun onto Pangolier. Okay, Sylar's getting himself a great team fight going now, and a life drain to clear up Wizard. He can maybe get high ground, jumps up and turns around. The Phantom's Embrace will start him up. And the Breathe Fire, ooh, decrep. He's got the blast, and that'll do the trick. 3 kills.
Without Alchemist, like, he could have easily just ran down the mid. I thought they're not gonna have enough damage inside the here, but full Mjolnir, the attack speed, and some procs actually gave Sylar enough damage. He literally solo killed 2 heroes. Like, the whole point of this lineup is to have Alchemist as your frontliner to create chaos. But he was not even in the fight.
Bizarre stuff. It was a funny game. Assault Cuirass for Alchemist, 17,000 net worth on this big man. Why Grimstroke? Not really got too much to his name. You mentioned Spirit Vessel. Has anyone got one, or is anyone going one on EHOME?
No one is even buying it anymore. Not even going for it.
Ignoring it then. I guess Alchemist has 2 ways of dispelling it. Chemical Rage and Manta Style. Why she, with this Blink Puck, could look to dive the base, or like you said in the draft, just sit behind the Alchemist and wait for the move from EHOME onto this frontline target. Tier 3 being annihilated. Sylar clearing out some illusions. Disarm from that decrep. Stops AQ for a couple of seconds. The high ground push already proving to be very strong here from Newbee. Just with the Alchemist frontlining and whacking towers.
Going for Manta style against Pagana is both good and bad at the same time, so you have ways of dealing with the Cripify. But after you pop Manta style, he just life drains one of the illusions, instantly kills it. And it's a 7-second cooldown, so the second illusion is gonna die as well.
Straight down onto bottom lane. Newbee still have all of their teamfight ultis. As Chemical Rage comes back up. 1 minute on the Aegis. AQ battering away at these structures. Machine Q trying to destroy the top lane waves and get onto the tier 3 there, and it looks like Sylar wants that BKB before they even consider fighting, so it might just be a full lane of barracks down south as Newbee clear it out. EHOME with no Dragon Form, with no Void, no real threats here. All the jump onto Pugna top. Newbee retreat, get the pick off.
Jin Q took one for the team. Aegis is gonna expire in 30 seconds and force the rotation. Also, he dealt almost 1,000 damage to a tower.
Oh, it's pretty damn good. Bottom lane is unlocked though. If Newbee want to try and play off of that southern high ground into mid and bot, they can. Looks like they're grouping up again. Maybe if they find that void. And it's only 23 minutes in, but you know, you were saying how quickly this game could end. Buybacks start to become incredibly important now. Alchemist has one. Void is probably going to skip buyback just to finish off BKB, get themselves a good couple of fights out of it. Okay, I hear Dragon Tail and I get scared, and then I see nothing to say as farming creeps with it. Fair enough.
I mean, 100 damage plus 3.2 seconds stun is no joke.
And he's got Soul Ring. He's got plenty of mana. Well, have they caught the puck? No. No catching Waishi. Top tier 2 is going to be the next objective of choice here from Newbee. EHOME.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
BKB Void's coming. Glimmercape on the Grimstroke. Pugner with a Blink. Ether Lens wants a Scythe of Vice, but I'm not sure the game's going to last that long, honestly. Where's the Centaur? Blink into Force Staff.
Radiant's
Nothing
top
massive
tower
here
is
that's going to
falling.
change anything for EHOME. While Alchemist just keeps on pumping out
Dire's
item
bottom
after
tower
item.
is under attack.
10-second BKB, Manta AC, Raddy.
Radiant
Basher
are
queued up.
scanning.
He still has that Van Brace, so he can sell these braces without really bothering too much about it. But the high ground, smoke held. Dream Coil onto the Void. Chronos his own teammate as Faith Beyond blinks in. And this is just disastrous from EHOME. Soulborn is there to hold the Pango in place, but Sylar will fall and the Stampede out will kind of hide their disgrace here. EHOME is still going to get jumped upon, and they've got that Entangle onto Y. Kill off the Grimstroke, and probably Faith Beyond as a bonus kill as well. Tragic scenes. As Faith Bian will be the final one to get popped out by Faith and Waishi, slowly but surely. And Newbee now in prime position to go and take themselves a lane of barracks.
Faces what didn't even bother popping a BKB in that fight. He just straight up died.
Yeah, I mean, when you chrono your teammate, you're like, well, shit. I guess this fight's over, right?
Next Roche may respawn in 30 seconds, but they know there's no Faces Void ulti, there is no Stampede, so they just want to group up and try to end the game from here. Ideally, you would want to have Aegis and Cheese, so you don't have to, like, bother being afraid of throwing the game. But right now, I don't think EHOME can contest.
This game feels
Yeah.
unthrowable.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness! Sylar, what's happened? Dead for 60 seconds and AQ annihilating EHOME off the back of this Alchemist pick. Newbee looking to tie things up, and a sick Dream Coil in onto 3. The Rolling Thunder arriving on top of them all. It's surely GG. Pugner buys back, but AQ is slamming people now, and it's cold. One, Faith Beyond tap out and say enough of this. We're done. Go game 3, guys. This is brutal. Newbee with a 21k lead and AQ's diving fountain. Alchemist pick. Fuck yes.